Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Here's a headline from you today. XRP price breaks key resistance, eyes epic 20% upswing. And you know what's fascinating about this? And we have seen a notable jump in XRP from the recent low of about 49 cents, getting as high as 58 cents, and it's a little bit lower at the time I'm recording this. But what's really neat about all of this is that this is before the retail masses have even made it to crypto. You know, I argued in a video yesterday, and I don't want to rehash all of it, but I argued in a video yesterday. It's just there are many metrics, many things to consider, indicating that, you know, there are not a bunch of retailers here that typically jump aboard when you hit that euphoria stage of the market cycle. And so it's incredible to see Bitcoin leading the way like it always does, but it's, you know, over $50,000, close to $52,000 as I record this. And that's without a bunch of new retailers jumping in. That's incredible. And so retailers are absolutely going to be coming for XRP. Oh, just you watch. And this is where the real opportunities. That's why I've always said XRP, for me, in terms of investing in crypto, it's a sweet spot to where, even though it's a large cap coins today, by and large, don't have that much money in them. So you can still get that crazy multiplier effect, but then you're not taking on the extreme risk that you'd be taking on with a microcap. Which isn't to say that investing in XRP or crypto isn't risky. It is. Investing in anything, there's risk, but in crypto, yes. Lots of risk, lots of volatility. I'm just saying microcaps, fine. If you actually get the winning lottery ticket, you pick the right microcap, cool. You can make crazy money. It's just not realistic for most people. This is where the sweet spot is, as far as I'm concerned. A large cap, tried and true, over a decade, real utility. Fast forward a decade, it's still likely to be here. In the top 10 by market cap, I would bet. But still, you can get that crazy multiplier effect. And so it's just neat to know that, and I'll show you, there's some things I want to highlight here. I think you're really going to like to see this because it's kind of exciting. We haven't had the retailers jump in, and you're still seeing XRP is alive and well. I don't care what the negative sentiment is out there. I don't care about the fudsters. It's alive and well. It's one of the most successful cryptos in history, as evidenced by the fact that it's been within the top 10 cryptos by market cap for over a decade. It has always been in the top 10. And there are only 3 coins for which that's true. That's Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And so into this piece briefly, XRP price breaks key resistance, eyes epic 20% upswing. The popular cryptocurrency XRP has experienced a notable surge in its price, climbing by 20% following its breakthrough of a significant dynamic resistance level established back in November. This surge, which has seen XRP's price rise by over 8% since the start of the week, marks a significant development in its price action. Exactly. When price looks the worst and people are screaming bloody murder so frequently, that marks the bottom. And it looks like that's probably the case here, unless Bitcoin tanks further, and then fine, XRP is going to fall to the downside, fine, whatever. But outside of that, no. This is the worst sentiment I've seen in the XRP community in years. And to me, that makes me bullish, because I know how humans behave. They behave and get whiny and discontent, all that. Very upset when price isn't doing what they want. And so I highlighted this yesterday, so I'm going to be brief on this, but I want to make sure you're aware of this because this is one of those metrics that you should know about. And this is one of the reasons that I think it's very reasonable to suppose that way more people are going to be piling in, because historically that's just what happens. And if that happens, don't you think XRP is going to get its day in the sun, just like other useful cryptocurrencies will have? To me, that just makes sense. But here's the headline from the Daily Huddle. On-chain activity suggests institutions are driving recent Bitcoin price action, according to crypto analysts. And so this is a brand new article from today, but it's covering something that I happen to have covered in my video yesterday. Recent on-chain activity suggests that blue-chip investors are the force behind Bitcoin's latest price action, according to a popular crypto analyst. Ali Martinez tells his 45,800 followers on the social media platform X that there's been a noticeable decline in the daily creation of new Bitcoin addresses amid Bitcoin's recent price surge. According To Martinez, the reduction in the creation of new Bitcoin wallets indicates that institutions heavily account for the recent price movement of Bitcoin as retail traders are still waiting on the sidelines. Quote, this trend points towards a lack of retail participation in the current Bitcoin bull rally, suggesting that the recent price action is primarily fueled by institutional demand. End quote. So think about this, my friends. Bitcoin, again, leading the market in the 50,000s, and this isn't because of the limiting retail speculators out there, which historically have been needed to propel Bitcoin to new all-time highs. Without them, it's this high. That's incredible. Which is why, again, I say at the outset of the video, what do you think that means for XRP? Because clearly the asset class moves in tandem. It means the fireworks will be coming. It's just that this takes a long time. It's taken years to get to this point. Years and years and years. Which is normal, by the way. Some people get impatient. I'm not. I will wait however long I need to wait. And to kind of drive this point home, I want to share with you this post I came across from TXMC. Great analyst, real sharp guy, used to be with Glassnode, which is a fantastic on-chain analytics firm you may have heard of. And here's what he said. And this is from just this morning. Human nature doesn't change. This is why it's rational to study past bubbles and manias. A market is little more than a group of humans making decisions and expressing opinions. We don't change, so markets don't. Only tech and contemporary themes change. End quote. So that's what he had to say. And so that's why it's interesting, because that's certainly true, but on an individual level, you can change. Because you know what's neat? We have over 100 years worth of data showing what happens if you invest in the stock market. You can see what the cycles have looked like. You can see the human psychology there and how it's always been there no matter what. We got 15 years worth of price action for Bitcoin. You can see exactly. It's like all the data is there, the trend to the upside. And it doesn't matter that that information is available. Most people don't know it. But even if they did know it, it doesn't mean they'd be able to control their damn emotions, because so many people absolutely cannot. So yes, part of my investment strategy is counting on humans continuing to act like humans. Absolutely. And then I'm not going to do what the masses do. I literally buy stuff and then I do nothing. I don't get in and out of positions. I don't get whiny. I don't get impatient. I just hold because it freaking works. Time has showed this. That is true. So when you're looking at what happens with bubbles and manias, yeah. And you know what's cool? We've seen the mania at the top of every cycle so far in the world of crypto. It is not here yet. It just doesn't look like it. There's excitement. Yes, I'll give you that. But mania? Euphoria? I don't think so. I really don't think so. And this will drive the point home even further. And this is another reason why I'm very optimistic. And this is so cool. And if you can look at the screen, it's kind of worth it. If you're driving, don't worry about it. I'll just kind of describe. Well, I'll just read what he shared and get the point across to you. But this is a post from Ki Yongju. He's the founder and CEO of Quant. And I've highlighted stuff from him before. He's very well known, 333,700 followers on X. And he wrote the following: Bitcoin not moved in over 6 months by realized cap percentage. Well, at $16,000 for Bitcoin, 80%, that means 80% at that price point hadn't moved. At $29,000, 71% not moved in over 6 months. And at $51,000, as he posted this yesterday, $51,000, 63%, so that's current, as of when he posted this yesterday, 63% not moved in 6 months. 63%. Now, why does that matter? Because of what he says next. Here's what it looked like at previous cyclical tops. In 2021, 15% hadn't moved. 15%. So again, right now, 63% hasn't moved in over 6 months by realized cap. So what that means is, as the price gets higher, more and more people are enticed to sell. They do, and that results in a lower percentage of Bitcoin accounts that haven't moved, because they're selling. And so he's saying right now we're at 63%. But at the top in 2021, it was 15%. And in 2018, it was 5%. And also in 2014, it was 5%. So if this is the top, this would be super weird. So if and there are reputable analysts out there that believe that we're likely at the cycle top here. This is one more thing where if they're right, okay, if they're right, they're right, and all the credit in the world to them, and maybe they are. This is freaking weird. You're telling me we're at the cycle top, and we're at $51,000 in Bitcoin at the time you posted this yesterday. 63% of Bitcoin not moved in over 6 months by realized cap. Whereas last cycle, at the top, we were down to 15%, and we're still at 63% now, and now that's the end? I mean, if that's the case, okay. It's just, I look at this and I'm like, but how? Is that what's most probable here? It's just kind of hard to believe, isn't it? It makes me think, like, it's got to be moving higher, because and then you can talk about the things I was highlighting yesterday, which I won't spend a great deal of time on, including, like there's, it's just as of yesterday, 3 days in extreme greed. That's it on the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Almost no increase in searches for Bitcoin, and this is the euphoria mania stage. And then you have 63% right now. If it is fine, and I can't say for sure, but it's a kind of a hard pill to swallow. It just doesn't look like euphoria. Are we going to have the cycle in without mania and euphoria? There's excitement now, but is it really in now? It just makes me think that perhaps we really are going to see a new all-time high for Bitcoin. And if that happens, then the retail is coming for XRP. Just watch. Oh, yes. Absolutely. And in fact, not just this, just that. Look at this post. This is from last night from Santiment. Independent from the impressive volume happening with Bitcoin ETFs, there has been a distinct flip in the level of Bitcoin's supply being held by different sized wallets. With 1,000 to 10,000 Bitcoin wallets, $12.95 billion added in 2024. For wallets 100,000 up to 1,000 Bitcoin wallets, $7.89 billion dropped in 2024. It's just fascinating to see the move. So the larger accounts, so it's shifting. It's so fascinating to see what the whales are doing, and in conjunction with the rest of this data, how could I not be optimistic that this is going to get much, much bigger before it craters back down when we enter a new bear market? So we'll see what happens here. But look, I think retail is going to be coming for XRP. Like, I firmly believe that's what's most probable, and we're gonna find out together. Nobody knows for sure. I don't know. You don't know. The best analysts on the planet don't know. They just have their convictions. We're gonna find out who's right, though. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.